Hey there, and welcome to the Smart Connector podcast. If you like this episode, please like, rate, and subscribe, as this helps us become more discoverable to a wider audience and get our message out to the world. Today, we're going to talk about a topic that affects every area of business and life: choose your hard. So let's start by explaining what we mean by choose your hard. All choices in life come with some level of challenge, but we all have a choice about which challenges we face and which we decide to run from. So let's look at what some of these could be. We can choose the challenges that come with pursuing our goals and dreams as an entrepreneur, or we can choose the challenges that come with staying in or going back to employment. Now, if you're in employment, you probably don't need me to tell you that the wrong job can make you feel like a square peg in a round hole. The fit feels awkward, to say the least. When you're in a career or environment that has been retrofitted to you rather than you designing the business and life of your dreams, staying in employment doesn't mean you've dodged a hard. Yes, you may have the comfort and security of a regular paycheck, but there's never any guarantee this will continue for as long as you'd like. And in the meantime, you may be suffering the pain of your talents and dreams and values staying buried under the agenda of the organization or the people within it. You may also be suffering from the fact that your income is capped, which impacts your quality of life and the goals and dreams that you have for yourself and your loved ones. And also, you'll be paying a high rate of tax on your earnings, and you can't invest a proportion of that income tax free into your professional growth or development, which as an entrepreneur you would be allowed to do. And there's also the issue of toxic politics and discrimination, which is very common in organizations, especially if you're from an ethnic minority, gay, disabled, neurodiverse, or just female. The odds are often stacked against your success from the word go. Of course, some organizations have better policies and better leadership in this respect, but there are still far too many that pay lip service to equality and justice while really practicing the same old discriminatory old boys club type behavior that you may have come across. Now, often the world of employment is dominated by privileged white men who set the rules and create the culture. But men also have specific challenges in that it's easier as a female, for example, to stand out in those coveted higher tier positions. Many men after the age of 40 face very real issues when it comes to being valued and recognized for all their years of experience and dedication to their career. They often find themselves competing with people who are younger, cheaper, and let's face it, less capable. Ageism isn't a sexy topic, but it's alive and well today, and a big reason why many experienced and capable professionals just can't stand it anymore and opt to branch out on their own in their 40s and 50s. And so these are common hards that are just part and parcel of life. Now, I think in the past people were much more willing to accept compromise, but today, thanks to the internet, our eyes have been opened to the possibility of us leaving employment and becoming the masters of our own destiny. And this is also, of course, behind what is called the Great Resignation, which is a mass exodus from the world of work. It can come as a shock when people break free from paid employment and go it alone for the first time, as without experience, they often underestimate the many challenges or hards that we entrepreneurs face. So let's now look at those. As an entrepreneur, of course, there's the obvious drawback of no one paying you a weekly or monthly wage. Now, just this alone is so scary for many who take the leap into entrepreneurship that they retreat from the challenge and stay in a job that they're actually really sick of. Now, it's true that as an entrepreneur, no one's going to automatically pay you just because you're sick, you need a holiday, or you decide to work overtime. But the fulfillment and satisfaction that most of us feel through finally doing something we're really passionate about is so strong that most entrepreneurs willingly live with this insecurity and put in more effort and commitment than they ever did in their employed life to create success on their own terms. Now, something many expert entrepreneurs, in other words, people like coaches, consultants, and service-based business owners are strongly attracted to, is the idea of replicating the benefits of employment minus the drawbacks. In other words, they're looking for a consistent, predictable income, which also gives them the time and freedom to go on holiday, shut off the laptop for a few days at a time, take care of their loved ones when they need to, and take time off to recover if and when they get sick. Now, unfortunately, there are a lot of slick and savvy marketers that try to make this sound easier than it actually is. You'll see ads from people promising things like go from click to client in 24 hours or from cold to sold, and all those other neat little phrases that make you think there's a vast and untapped blue ocean of demand out there that requires very little effort from you to access. Now, the truth is, building out a freedom based online ecosystem that does the heavy lifting of client attraction for you requires four things: stamina, focus, time, and money. Choose your heart. Now, doing this can and does work, but you can't just throw up a sales funnel and say that's done and never look at it again. A sales funnel, by the way, is just a way of taking your customer on a journey online. It's different to a website in that a website is like a shop window that allows people to browse, whereas a sales funnel takes someone here and there and then somewhere else. And there's a call to action which ends up in either a purchase or some other action like booking a call or opting into a mailing list. I'm sure you will at least have seen one if you haven't made one yourself. Now, sales funnels require a process of tweaking and refining once you put them out into your marketplace and start receiving the data. In my chosen first funnel, for example, which is a 2-week client attraction campaign involving a report, multiple landing pages, videos, emails, and text messages, we set things up so that we can see how people get into the funnel. In other words, where the traffic is coming from and what they do when they get there. And we're able to see if our prospects opt into our report but didn't watch the video training. We can see if they watched some of the video training but didn't complete the series. We can even see how much of each video they watched, so we can tell if there was a point at which their interest dropped off. We can also tell if they watched all the training but didn't take it further and book a call. And all of this forms the data that tells us where we're engaging our audience and where they are disengaging from our message. And this form of online marketing is not easy or simple unless you've been doing it for a while. So as you can see, there's a heart involved in creating and optimizing an online product like this so that you can get clients coming to you instead of you having to chase them. That's the payoff. So let's talk about some of the other things that can be hard as an entrepreneur. Well, it can be hard when you're early stage and people think because you haven't yet got results from your efforts or that you've just got a few green shoots, let's say, that they can throw a ton of advice at you, most of which is based on nothing more than their personal opinion. Now, it can be hard when your friends or family desert you emotionally because you embarking on your entrepreneurial adventure threatens their sense of safety and security. It can be hard when you have a bad month after a good month and you see your profits draining away. It can be hard if a business or project you've put a lot of love and care into doesn't really work and your market informs you that it doesn't want it after all. But it will all be worth it if you just keep going and you get the right help and support when you struggle. After a while, you'll grow in wisdom and experience. You'll make fewer mistakes. You'll gain in confidence. And then one day you'll hit a seam of success. And when that happens, you'll get hooked on the adrenaline rush and the rewards of entrepreneurship. And you'll feel great about that decision you made to be true to your authentic purpose and make a living doing what you love. So when we choose our hard, we're really choosing our priorities. We're deciding what's important to us, what we're willing to work for, and what we're willing to sacrifice. And when we make that choice, we're empowering ourselves to take action and make progress towards our goals. Remember, all choices in life come with some level of difficulty or challenge. Whether it's starting your own business, working for someone else, taking risks, or staying in your comfort zone, the key is to recognize that there are no easy shortcuts to success. Nothing worth having comes easy. So there you have it. Choose your heart and embrace the challenge that comes with it. By doing so, you'll set yourself up for success and achieve your goals as an entrepreneur. Thanks so much for listening in, and I hope this podcast episode was helpful for you. If you ever did something that was hard to begin with but proved to be really worth it in the end, I'd love to hear from you. And as always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the podcast for more tips and advice on how to succeed as an entrepreneur and master or mistress of your own destiny. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.